Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello everybody and welcome back to How to Paint Watercolours with me, Colin. This is another Bob Ross one and this one's called Mountains at Sunset. This is cadmium yellow light, Naples yellow and some cadmium red mixture. Some on the top here, same colour. Leaving a little sliver of white here and there. Cadmium red with a tiny bit of Naples yellow in just on the top of this. And to finish the sky off, a little bit of cobalt blue and then some cobalt blue French ultramarine just to darken the area just at the top, allowing it to mix with the red and get that purple colour. Dark around here. The kitchen tissue. I'm just going to take out this cloud here. And then we're going to let that dry. Okay, that's nice and dry. I'm just going to run just a tiny bit of water along the bottom here. Take some blue for the mountain. This will be the underwash for the snow, so it'll actually act as a kind of a highlight when we show it through. Just let it drift into the water. Doesn't matter about getting green because it's going to be brown by the time we have finished. Taking some of the darker stuff, French ultramarine and cobalt blue, just down the shadow side a little bit. Taking some of it in here. French ultramarine and cobalt blue. French ultramarine and burnt umber. I'm just going to do this bottom hill first. I'm going to float this on top of the other colour. And try and keep my head out of the camera. Some burnt umber mixed in with it as well here. Maybe a little bit of burnt sienna. And then we're going to let that dry. I'm just going to take some burnt sienna, come to the top of this mountain, and we must remember to leave a little patches for the snow. I'm just using the side of the brush. The lighter one on first. Bit down this side. There's a little bit of burnt umber. French ultramarine burnt umber once again, but this is really dark. It's almost like a very dark blacky blue kind of thing. And then we're just going to leave that to dry off. I'm just going to take some sap green with some French ultramarine in it and some burnt umber added. I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to put this shoreline in, just in a flat colour at the moment. And into that I'm just going to take some French ultramarine and burnt umber and just run this along the shoreline, allowing it to drift up. Pulling some back. one or two bushes here, but I just want to put some burnt umber in as a background colour, and then we'll pick the highlights out on them, and hopefully it will show up, as Bob would say, one bush at a time. Nothing definite, just shapes. Burnt umber, dark, burnt umber and French ultramarine, and then we're going to let that dry. I'm just going to bring some of the sky colour into these rocks, a little bit of pink. Burnt umber. And always my standby colour, French ultramarine and burnt umber, go in the bottom. We will be scraping this out, and now we're going to let that dry just for the moment, and then we'll come back when this is at the right stage, and then we'll scrape these rocks out. I think you get the idea. And then I just want to take my big stippler brush. I actually don't want this to be too strong. And I just want to put some background in for a tree. Make sure I get it in the right place. This is just burnt sienna. A little bit darker tone, just dropping into it. We're going to leave that to dry. I'm just going to take some cad yellow light. I'm just going to tap it into this sap green here. We're just going to add some bits. Slight variation in this background hill. Give the indication of some trees. Just touching it once and moving on. Just to break up that background a bit. And I'm going to cap that off with some lemon yellow. Sorry, cadmium yellow right on the top. This paint is almost dry. Completely re-wet the lake area. Some fresh water, clean water. I'm going to take the sky colours, cadmium yellow, horizontal strokes. Take some of the pink, which I think was the Naples yellow, and cadmium red. Bring these together. Try to match the colour where Bob's got them. Cadmium red and Naples yellow. Cobalt blue and French ultramarine. Cobalt blue and French ultramarine down here. Bring these colours together. Adding a little if you need it. French ultramarine and burnt umber. Line there, and then we're going to leave that to dry. I'm just going to take some sap green straight from the tube, and I'm just tapping it into some burnt umber, and we'll start to bring some of these bushes out with any luck. This is a tree and texture brush once again, and I'm only using 1/2 of the brush. Leaving room for a highlight at the top. I have a feeling this is going to take me some time. Some dark in the bottom here a little bit. Lemon yellow and yellow ochre, just pulling it together. Straightforward lemon yellow. Some flowers here. Back into the sap green. A little bit of yellow ochre with it. This is quite a fun way to paint. Ultramarine and burnt umber, just for a bit of dark in the bottoms. Taking care not to destroy what you've already done. Lemon yellow. I think there's some greeny things in here. Yellow ochre, sap green. Not that much of it will show through. Now we're just going to pull some tree trunks through this. Putting the old bush in. Sticking twig down here. Pull this tree in as well. Take a bigger brush here and just pull some branches out. Here, I think we need some rocks. Get some burnt umber in. There's a little around here. Just wiggling a bit of burnt umber in. Just taking my palette knife. Just before everything dries. Once again, we're going to have to leave this to dry a little. I just want to come back to our mountain here, and I have some blue and white. This is blue and titanium white, really thick. And we're just going to gently put some snow highlights on the shadow side. Truth be told, I should have done this earlier, I just forgot. Some pure white, straight from the tube again. Just scrumbling it on. Some white up this tree. Maybe just a touch of hints of brown in that. And you know, I think I would like just a little bit of the blue in that as well. This reflected light, maybe it's coming off the mountain or off the lake. And once again, we have to let this dry. Okay, let's get some yellow ochre on the go, nice and thick, and then start to get it on. Into the brush. Some light red mixed in with that as well. Get ready to stop. Okay. I think that's enough. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe. Subscribers are always welcome and it's free. This one's turned into an epic. Actually, there is just a couple of things that I do need to do. We need some water lines, a shoreline along the back, shoreline there, maybe a couple of wind streaks. Gotta say, this has been an epic. But now we get round to the best bit. This is where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. Which just goes to show you can actually paint like Bob Ross with a watercolour, should you really wish to. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.